Hey, what is that? Whose hand is that? That's not my hand. It's not me. At long last, I have the time to make video games and devlog things again. And all it took was uh, managing to make that into a school thing, I guess? It's pretty efficient, I suppose. So, over the past however long it's been, I've been working on this Little Witch Academia fan game off and on with the hopes that, like, it would be something that's relatively not too difficult to make, and once I have a skeleton, a framework there, I could be able to use that as a base for more original projects in the future, too, perhaps. However, as with any project, it started to run into some difficulties. See, I was using GDevelop at first, and now I don't want to sound like I've suddenly become anti-GDevelop, but it is very much a work-in-progress engine. While I like how it works on visual coding, it is a little bit limited at times. It's especially limited if you want to look into 3D stuff. Making the actual game areas has been also something that has been hard to find the motivation for. Maybe it's just because, I don't know, I did my time when I was a kid playing with lunar magic and modding Super Mario World, but making 2D levels out of tile sets is maybe not the most mentally engaging task, but also I had all that work done at the start, and you know, most of the time when a game tries to switch engines, it's kind of a bad sign, you know? So, as much as I wanted to look for other options, I was kind of hesitant to for a while, because surely I'm not crazy enough to switch engines after so much work has been done. But what if. But what if I did it anyway? So, welcome to Unity, an engine that's decidedly not GDevelop. I already had access to the More Mountains top-down engine for a different thing in the past, so I started modifying that, and I decided to make a class project out of it for one of my game design courses. And, you know, despite how not long I've been working on it, it does feel like I've made some good progress into getting back where I was, and also included some features that I really wanted in the game always, but just could not manage to do with GDevelop as it was. Though admittedly part of that is because using the More Mountains engine means that I've also got things like inventory and stuff handled for me. That is definitely the hardest part. I'm glad to not have to do that. So how about I give a little tour of what I've got so far. So as you can see, over here we have an orange thing. There's some test things. Animations aren't complete, of course, but I've made it so that the character can potentially switch outfits as if I am so inclined, because I apparently am incapable of not making some sort of class-based RPG in the vein of like a Final Fantasy V or Bravely Default. And we've got an orange thing. So I made this area that I'm exploring here is heavily based on like what I had before. I made this. Oh, I made this in Blockbench. I like could I mean I could have done it in Unity, but I figured Blockbench might be better for the kind of aesthetic I wanted to go for with this sort of like almost 3D pixel art type thing. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And I can jump. Look, I can do some daredevil stunts right over where the orange thing fell. Oh, but I should show off some other things. So like here I've got, the testing inventory. Obviously I'm gonna like change the aesthetics of this, but it's a thing. So I've got right here a like typical magic spell, a magic missile, whatever. It's bound to a mana stat in the character's like in a script on the character. But also, if I do this, if that's how it works, a different spell. It's just the same thing but red right now, but it's definitely different. Both of those things I pointed out are not necessarily things that this top-down engine does like natively on its own. I had to make that happen on my own. So there's a little sneak peek of what I've been working on, as is what the Crispy Eternal Devlog is meant to showcase. Being able to do this for a class project kind of like lit a fire under my ass, which I kind of needed to get things done a little bit. So if you want to continue to light a fire under my ass, you could consider subscribing. And then you can keep up with the project, whatever it might be at that time, which is probably this. Yes. Anyway, until next time, that's enough out of me. See you whenever there's another thing.